So there's a group chat on Telegram that some group of men created. We women, we have suffered. Like we are suffering everywhere. We talked about India, talk about Afghanistan. We'll see some in the US. Like this now is South Korea. It's called the night room. And what's that night room? It's a room on Telegram for over 200,000 people taking exclusive pictures of young women and will send videos of them raping minors and women in general. Men are in the group, sat down there. When they rape women, young women, any kind of girls, minors, they post it on the group and it excites them. This is happening in South Korea and that group was leaked. According to various sources, including Victim, a set of Telegram group with a total number more than 212 participants have been exposed. It was revealed that in order to gain access to this room, one must submit a set of photos of any girl or woman around themselves, such as classmates, siblings, or friends, and provide the girl's personal details. Some of those rooms revolved around humiliating one's family members by taking photos or videos of oneself inappropriately touching one's sister's or mother. An account called Queen Archive One on X was one of the first few to expose the matter. They posted screenshots of such Telegram rooms. In the screenshots, a perpetrator posted a video of themselves lifting their younger sister's skirts and touching them inappropriately when they were sleeping. The account has since been suspended, reportedly through many of the perpetrators reporting their tweets and accounts.
Have y'all heard about the new nth room case in Korea? It's bad. There's a trigger warning for the content ahead. So if you didn't know, back in 2020, there was a scandal revealed that there were these chats called nth room chats, where boys and men from as young as middle schoolers all the way until college age would basically trade explicit photos of the women in their lives. And they would also use these explicit photos to coerce and manipulate the girls to send more photos of themselves. So that was in 2020. And in 2024, it's been discovered that there is a new nth room case where there are a bunch of these Telegram chats where boys are basically creating deep fake porn of women in their life. Not only that, there are these things called humiliation chat rooms with subcategories like mom and sister and things like that. And they basically trade photos of themselves inappropriately touching these women that they know while they're unsuspecting. For example, when they're sleeping. And there are hundreds and thousands of people in these chats. This is operating at a huge scale. This is fucking crazy. Remember when AI came out and they were like, this is gonna be so good for us. This is going to make us so much happier. We're not gonna have to do the hard work anymore. We can just like sit back and relax. Turns out we're just using it to make corn. But also, I think it's really funny because whenever, like, you know, women are talking about women's rights issues, we always have to put a disclaimer of, like, obviously not all men, like, you know, the men that in my life, in my, you know, loved ones, like my dad and my brother, of course, like, not them. It's really funny because we always have to make that disclaimer, but this incident is showing that even the men in your trusted circle, your brother, your father, you can't trust them either. Can you imagine being a woman in Korea right now and realizing that your classmates, your male classmates around you, your brother, even maybe your dad, they could all be involved in these chat rooms because once again, there are hundreds of thousands of men in here. I cannot imagine the amount of paranoia and terror that would induce in me to realize that there are predators all around me, even in my own home. This is like another level of objectification. These men are essentially using these women as digital dolls to superimpose on top of people doing pornographic activities to make custom porn for themselves. That's fucking crazy. That's literally insane. People right now are trying to blow this up and make this international news to make sure that the people in these chats get the justice that they deserve. So yeah, spread the fucking word. If there's anything you take away from this video, I want it to be a few things. First of all, this should piss you the fuck off. You should be just as mad as I am about this. This might be a Korean incident, but this technology, deepfake AI technology, is accessible to everybody in the world. Something like this could be happening to your mom, to your sister, to your cousin. It could be happening to you. The other thing is that this should spark a greater discussion about how we're going to bring AI into our lives. I am seriously asking the question of what concrete, tangible benefits AI has brought into our lives at this point. Because from what I'm seeing so far, we've been using it to make corn. We've been using it to take away jobs from artists. And we've also been using it so much that it's actually like a huge environmental concern. There needs to be a greater discussion happening about what benefit exactly AI is bringing into our lives. And if we're going to use this technology and keep it around, how we can control it so that we can mitigate some of these consequences. This is not okay. We need to think about what place AI has in our lives, because from what I'm seeing, the cons greatly outweigh the pros. And let me make myself so fucking clear. You using ChatGPT to customize your resume, you using DAL or whatever the fuck it's called to make art, cool art, that's not enough of a pro, okay? I don't want to see your shitty AI art. Okay, it's actually like really bad, and it's like really obvious that it's AI, and it's like really embarrassing because you're basically admitting that you have no talent. There needs to be something more for this to be worth it, okay? You know, I love my country, I love being Korean, but at the same fucking time, Korea is like really fucking messed up. That country is so fucking patriarchal, and a woman will literally be burned at the stake for even saying that she's a feminist. South Korea really needs to get its shit together, because this is embarrassing. Something is in the water there, and the men there need serious psychiatric help.
Reports showed that most of the men present in the room are as young as middle scholars and high scholars who would take pictures of girls' underwear in class or around school. A lot of the men would also grape their sister.
So South Korean feminist activists have discovered a massive digital exploitation ring happening on Telegram in South Korea. The details of it are absolutely appalling and akin to the Nth Room scandal of a few years back. Trigger warning, obviously, for talk of rape, sexual exploitation, and sexual assault. Essentially, what these feminists have uncovered are massive Telegram rooms, some with thousands of users or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, where men broadly aged between 15 and adulthood are taking photos of women, often girls, some of them minors, around them, posting them in these chats for other people to create deepfake porn videos of those girls. And then, armed with these deepfakes, they are using them, in some instances, I understand, to blackmail the actual women who are being deepfaked into rape, basically, or sexual assault by saying, do this with me, or otherwise I will release this deepfake video and no one will know that it isn't really you in the video. There are also reports of channels where boys and men have been uploading photos of themselves sexually assaulting women members of their family, including their mothers, their sisters, their daughters, by drugging them and assaulting them while they're asleep. As I understand it, the number of men involved in these chat rooms is something like 227,000, which, given the population of South Korea, is an extraordinarily large number of men. In fact, I believe it amounts to nearly 1% of the adult male population, or nearly 5% of the male population aged 15 to 29. Now, I haven't seen anyone else discuss this yet on TikTok. Possibly people have, and I just haven't seen it. However, the reason I'm discussing it is because I have seen South Korean feminists on Twitter begging feminists and people who care internationally to spread the news about this, because the South Korean media thus far is not covering it in the way that they should, or really at all. Because, as attested to by this issue itself, there is a massive problem with misogyny in South Korea's social institutions, particularly the press, the police force, the government, and schools generally. At which point it's important to note that some of the girls affected by this are as young as being in middle school. There are groups in these Telegram chats that are aimed at particular universities, particular high schools, particular middle schools. It is being known also to female soldiers in the South Korean military. It is really across the board. Some of the women who have exposed this are now being threatened with doxing and violence by South Korean manosphere YouTubers and other people in that space, which is one of the reasons why they are asking people internationally to talk about this, so that international media will talk about it, which will hopefully pressure the South Korean media and thus the South Korean government to talk about it and address it. If you want to find out more information, a lot of it is being discussed on Twitter. You can look it up there. My account on Twitter, Foz Meadows, also has some retweets of things that I've been sharing, and that's why I'm talking about it here. So yeah, please, if you were able, spread the news about this. Please try and share information from the sources, from the feminists and the activists who are working to bring justice to the women who have been affected by this and to bring awareness to what is actually happening. The fact that it is happening on such a wide scale is genuinely disturbing. And yeah, here's hoping that some justice is done in this case and that this is able to be stopped.
Some of the leaked chats. Spreading my younger sister's content. That's the most... There's a video my ex-girlfriend sent me. How is it? Oh, this is a video my ex-girlfriend sent me. How is it? There's a very reply about the Nuna of my school is freaking pretty. We are not safe anywhere. We are living in a world where you are not safe from anybody. So far you're a woman, you are not safe from anybody. Any man that look at you, what they think about is XCX. Have you heard of this ninth room before? Have you seen the news? Let us know down in the comment section. I just decided to share with you all today. So please put your thoughts about this down in the comment section. And yeah, I just hope the girls and the ladies, the women involved get help. I'll see you in my next video.